I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The lyric scientist lab.
It's not fall yet. It will be soon. But it doesn't matter, Jared. It doesn't matter. But before I tell you how incorrect you are, and before you tell me how wrong I am, I think it's very important that I introduce this podcast, this show right here. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 199. Woo! Yes, 199 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast.
He's feeling good, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I'm feeling great. As always, it is I, RJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. Jared, say hello. Well, he's got two thumbs today.
Shut up.
Oh, man. Dude, I mean,
Shut up.
I mean, it's proportion, Jared. If you really think about it, more people are probably inclined to be gravitating towards you because you're using both thumbs as opposed to one. It creates...
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
It's balance. We need balance in our lives. Sometimes. Well,
I had to take it back. Just to remind people who are kind of new, I had to take it back with the shades.
Yeah.
We used to wear the shades all the time
Yeah.
and shit.
That's good. That's good.
I'm feeling kind of rock star today.
Yeah. That's good.
So we're gonna do it.
Jared is being the
Unequivocally. Man, you fucking me up.
Dude, I am struggling over here. Jared is a badass, and he's trying to do it well, and he's doing it well with those nice
I
glasses.
ain't trying to do shit well.
And
Look,
excuse me.
I heard the perfect thing. It was Deion Sanders. Like I've always been a Deion Sanders fan.
Oh, prime time, baby,
Yeah.
prime time.
But I saw a thing today. He had his suit on. He's walking out of the hotel room. He was like, he said, my confidence is like, I'm sorry that my confidence is upsetting your insecurities. And I was like, oh shit, son. That's some fucking advice for a motherfucker who wants to fucking make it in this world and don't want to be a loser, bro.
And you know what's crazy is that you are 100% correct because confidence, which goes a long way in life in general, but we live in such a day and age where when somebody is confident, it is considered arrogant, it is considered cocky, it is considered everything that you're not supposed to do. Oh, you're not crying in the corner like a little girl.
Yeah, you think you're better than everybody. You think this and you think this. Like, no. I think that I don't know. I'm confident in who I am and what I want to do. And just because you feel some type of way about yourself doesn't mean you have to put your insecurities on me, and nor will I accept those insecurities.
Yeah, and do you know what it is, too? I think Deion Sanders has been around the game for obviously a long time and long enough to know not only one but two major sports, okay, that when it comes to the media, I'm sure he knows how to navigate around that, kind of how to troll people a little bit. However, it doesn't detract away from the level of confidence he has in his young football team, who is, as of right now, playing later this evening, but currently 2-0. Okay. And their 2-0 record, 2 wins, folks, is better than all of last year.
They only had one win.
Yeah, they had one win. They were a sorry team. You get one of the most prolific, if not the most prolific player of all time.
All right, hold on. I before you finish, you just got another 10 bomb from Epic. Thank you, Epic.
Thank you, Epic. Thank you,
man.
buddy.
His fucking single-handedly carried the fucking gifts and the subscriptions on this show. So if you're out there listening, I don't know, maybe contribute if you like hearing what we got to say every now and then.
Yeah.
Not just being a fucking weirdo by asking that.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
Also, he's told you to check your Snapchat.
Okay, I will definitely do that after the show. And believe it or not, Snap is not something I've been on a lot lately at all.
Also, he said your drink looks actually correct today. That's only because we've already been drinking. Hold on, let me switch. Let me switch back over here. We've already been drinking today.
little bit of early bird for you.
Yeah,
guys.
we did a little early drinking only because we were actually being productive. We're getting stuff ready for episode 200 next week, and so we shot some stuff and we got to put it together. So we were drinking a little bit just to kind of loosen up and be a little creative.
No. I mean, it's always fun to and I was telling Jared earlier is that with our 200th episode next week, which is a big
Sub,
deal,
motherfucker, sub.
Yeah, it's a big deal for us. It's a super big deal for us. You only get one of these. You know, like if you know in life when you only get one of something, you know that you have to plan it accordingly. And sometimes that doesn't always work out. Sometimes you don't have time to plan certain things. You don't plan great things in life. It's like, say, Jared, your cousin is getting married. You know, that's a big deal. It's a big event. It's the family's there, blah, 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 this, and that. So you have to act accordingly to the occasion. It's like, well, somebody's getting married. I'm going to have to act a certain way that I normally don't, but it's my cousin. I'm going to do this, and we're going to have the time of our lives. And that is how we are treating this show.
The time of our lives.
And Jared's a very good singer, folks. I told him to audition.
That was horrible.
Yeah, well, he doesn't listen. He doesn't listen. But we kind of did something a little special earlier, and you guys will see it here.
I gave enough of the introduction. Don't add to it. Don't add to it.
But regardless, we have a very monumentous occasion coming up here in the next 7 days, and it's something that we like to share as, well, podcast hosts and just as fans in general. So we are very much looking forward to
Don't too many podcasts get to 200. Don't too many shows get to 200 in general.
And I wanted to talk to you about this earlier, but some of the things that were kind of running through my head, I kind of wanted to save it for tonight just because I didn't want the conversation to be old, tired, and true, like some of the things we do on occasion, is that, you know, we've been doing this podcast for a good chunk of years now, which is kind of crazy. If you really think about it, how much time has passed since we started doing this and to where we are now. So much has happened in our personal lives, so much has happened in the world, so much has happened in general, and it's like, where do you find the time to kind of reevaluate and, I don't know, find a different stride with things when you do your show and this, and that?
Are you asking me?
Well, no.
Asking as somebody outside.
No, I'm just asking as somebody outside. I mean, trust me, I know your dedication to this. I know mine. I know what we are capable of, but I also realize that early.
Well, I think I wonder what other people think because we're not getting. I watch a bunch of podcasts. You know this, and I think I feel like sometimes I think like people wonder like why the fuck do they keep doing it when they're getting. We're not getting anywhere near thousands. We're barely getting hundreds or 50s or whatever.
It's tough. It's tough, and that's for anybody that's out there trying to start something in the social media age.
But
in general,
I think we realize that we're trying to wade through a fucking sea of fucking. I don't know. We're like in a school of fish.
Yeah,
and we're just trying to fucking get seen through the waves of the ocean.
Yeah. We're really essentially a small fish in a big pond because
fucking humongous.
Yeah,
it's an
huge.
ocean.
It's an ocean, and I was talking about this, and I'll get to it a little later on my way back from Pittsburgh. I was talking about the podcast on the drive home, and I was talking about how much it meant to you and how much it meant to me, and how, you know, how much is out there in general. Yeah. And it amazes me because I was with a couple people this past weekend. I went up to Pittsburgh. Yes, I did watch the Steelers lose in person.
7 points.
7 points. That's right. Oh, I pick all the times of the year to go off.
Wait. That's more points than the Giants had, but
yeah.
Carry on.
Anyway, so obviously, besides having a good time in the city and everything, unfortunately, my team did not do very well. So no problem. It's okay. We are on the way home the following day, and conversation happens, and I'm like, you know what? I was like, well, this is what we do with the podcast. and this is how we would like to promote things, and this is this and that for the most part. And it occurred to me as I was kind of speaking out loud that, and I know
everything that Jared said made sense.
No. And when I say no, I mean yes, but I won't give people the satisfaction, nor you, my friend.
I'll get it.
You can do that. Yeah, you can do that off the air. What I was saying is, it kind of hit me, and it's like, hey, you know, we've done almost 200 episodes of this podcast, which is unheard of. It's great. It's spectacular. I mean, we are the local podcast people. There's nobody in this area that does what we do. But then the other people in the car were talking about how there's podcasts for everything. And then I thought about it. There's podcasts for home decor. There's podcasts for cooking. There's podcasts for just every small
niche
portion of life.
Niche.
And it's like, damn, how do we go above and beyond and get into that normal realm of regular listeners? And
well, I can give you one way. The people who do listen, and watch, and the people who people who do fuck with us and they do help support and whatever, they know who they are. He's on right now. He's listening right now. Epic, shout out to you.
Shout out, buddy.
Been one of our number one supporters, probably our number one supporter, and I don't necessarily want to say their names, but the ducks are over there. They know who they are. The ducks in the middle, they know who they are.
Quack,
so
quack.
People support us.
Which
now,
is
the only
awesome.
thing is the people. There's people who watch or listen and don't do anything. And I'm not saying they got to give us anything, but they don't even share, bro. Like, you see one episode, like, oh, that was a good episode. Don't fucking tell me in the street. Fucking share that shit, man.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, what, that was a great episode. Like, what are you talking about?
So let me ask you that, since we're on the topic and since we're, you know, kind of gaining momentum towards our landmark episode, what do you think when people kind of...
I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish your question.
No. And I already knew you knew the answer.
Yeah.
Is that when me and you go out in public and several small
that's
places.
A different question.
No. Don't worry. It's the same question.
Oh.
And we go out and people say, "Oh, hey, you know," and we get a lot of love. We do, and we're always very extremely thankful for that. But when Jared's saying, "Hey," or if I go, "Hey, watch our podcast, share it, like it,"
I don't even do that anymore.
Which is, and I understand why you don't, especially as
because it's pointless. Because
yeah,
whatever. Keep going. I'm sorry.
So what do you think it is that causes people to, if they do, it's, say the scenario, they do sit down and they have a regular Monday, Tuesday morning where they got an hour or so or 45 minutes just sit down and listen, not to the whole podcast, but a portion of it.
Yep.
What do they think afterwards to where the point to where they don't share it?
All right, okay, so you're already going farther than I thought. What up, Londa, by the way?
Londa, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see you.
I'll tell you exactly what's happening. When that doesn't happen, and I get it, some people don't have Facebook, they don't have whatever, fine. But if you're still accessing it, if we're still, I look at the numbers, and I probably shouldn't. And I don't, I look at them way less than I used to. But I look at them to the point where it's like, if this many people is watching / listening, and we're not getting we're not growing anywhere, there's just a bunch of haters watching. They're just trying to see us, like, how long is it going to last and this and that and other thing. Like, it's unfortunate. Thanks for that burp in my ear.
Sorry. I didn't.
It's
it was super
unfortunate.
abrupt. Sorry, folks.
It's unfortunate, but, hey, that's what it is. But at the same time, fine. Keep pumping them numbers up. Keep fucking watching. Keep fucking hating, because we ain't going nowhere, period. And when y'all see 200, y'all going to be like, oh, they really not playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. We don't. As our good friends, and rest in peace to the great Earl Simmons, we ain't going nowhere.
That was the worst DMX fucking.
Well, I
impression.
was gonna get more into it, but I don't want to embarrass you.
You just embarrassed DMX. You didn't embarrass me.
I know. Oh my God, I did. I like that guy. I'm so sorry.
We're not talking about you, Londa. We know you support us.
No, and Londa, and that's a good point.
You
Londa.
missed what we were saying. Bro, this is no like slight against anybody. It's just I know who fucks with us and I know who don't because I see, like I said, I see the numbers weekly. Yeah, they grow, but sometimes I feel like they're growing for the wrong reason, and maybe I'm just being paranoid and I'm just being over fucking whatever. But it's like, bruh, we about to hit 200, and motherfuckers don't say shit in the comments. They don't fucking do nothing. Like it's just weird to me. Which that's how I know that there's sneaky motherfuckers out there.
Well, I also look at it in the sense of, and I agree with you to an extent, is that I feel like in the day and age that we live in, everybody at this point in time in history is the most self-absorbed than any other time.
No, I get it.
And
I don't want to dwell on this too long. But.
No. I'm not. But my end goal or my end game with the whole thing was essentially it's like, hey man, we probably have more supporters and followers than we think of, simply because we focus on these numbers. But at the same time, it's like, hey man, it only takes you like a half a second to click that like or subscribe button, and I'll
share, bro.
And I will
expose us to other people.
Yeah, please expose us. If that makes sense. No,
if you really want me to, sorry, I'm playing.
And I'll give you a very good example, and I'm kind of guilty of this myself. Is that if I look up, a gaming guide for a certain achievement, if I go on YouTube and I type in Grand Theft Auto 5, which is something I've been playing a lot of.
Christ. This guy doesn't. You're not even on the real shit. Keep going.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're getting there. And I get a fucking shitload of videos that pop up for the same thing that I looked up. It's all algorithm. I looked up one thing. It's like, okay, I can see this guy has 63 views. Oh, this guy has 250 views. This guy must be the better one. Click on the video. And I will utilize this video for my purpose and my benefit, and then I'll turn my phone off. I won't subscribe to this guy's channel. I won't like the video at all because I used it for my own benefit. And I'm not doing it on purpose, not to, I love this guy. It's like, oh, he's got the best video of everything that I've looked for. But I don't do it initially. But the last month or so, with the podcast being in the state that it's in terms of us growing, we are getting up there in numbers. It's like, you know what? If I find a video of any gamer that is helping me do the slightest thing, I'm subscribing to his channel, and I have done that.
Because it costs you nothing.
It costs me nothing.
And he helped you. So
And
all you're doing is supporting him.
Yeah,
and you're not even fucking paying anything. All you're doing is saying, "Hey, I support you because you helped me out." And it's not even like, I'm not saying we necessarily, maybe we do. Well, something we talk about may help somebody out in some way, but it's like, bruh, it don't take you much to fucking just hit the like button.
It doesn't. And I think what happens is people get comfortable with knowing us, and I think that's what it is. It's like, oh, we know you. We see you all the time. I think that's really what it is.
Well, I get that, but it's like, at the same time, it's like,
no, but you motherfuckers need to support us.
Doing this, and we talked about it before. I don't know, man. I just get frustrated. I don't even want to talk about this again. I don't want to talk about this again.
All right.
But I do get frustrated when, hey, I watched the podcast. Hey, I didn't see a like from you, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not clocking everybody's likes or whatever. I was like, oh, appreciate it, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. I don't know. I just feel like, bro, this is. I feel dirty even talking like this.
It's all right. But I think the important thing is that this show is therapy to an extent. is that that's okay.
Yeah,
but
so
what
I'm just getting my feelings out.
Yeah. But I don't want us to get to a point because if you look at any type of social media nowadays, and that's all of you included, what is most talked about in terms of it's all about shock value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I ain't into that.
And I'm not either. And I would be hard pressed for the day that me and you just were not even with the cameras on or nothing. We're just driving in my car to God only knows where.
We could record everything because I see. Matter of fact, it's crazy now that you even say that. Like some of the top motherfuckers on like Twitch. What's his name? Kai Chintai or whatever. KSI, I think is whatever. Whoever. This motherfucker, he doesn't even go live every now and then, but maybe once a month. And he's easily getting 80 grand a fucking stream. And it's like, wait, what?
Could you imagine that? Dude, I can't
80,000 fucking a stream, bro. It's crazy. But he's balling, though. He's got mad money now just because of Twitch.
Oh, I mean, it wouldn't. Of course. I mean, dude, $80,000, which in this day and age is not really a lot of money, folks, especially with the cost of living and the way the world is. But there's a guy.
No, 80. I'm talking 80 grand viewers. I'm not talking about money.
Oh, I thought you meant dollars. No. Shit.
Yeah,
dude.
but you got to think, like, if he's got 80 grand viewers, imagine how many of those are subscribing.
And put it this way, even if each person, if he's got 80,000 viewers, and they each donated $1. The guy makes more money than most
he's got a lot of money.
And
all right, I told you I don't want to stay on this too long.
I know. All right. Well, regardless, is that if you guys support us, please show it. We know you can tell us. You can tell us that we're handsome. My mom does. Tell me that I'm handsome.
You can hit the merch. Was exclamation merch. You can get the link to the merch. We're going to come up with some new stuff. RJ is going to fucking help come up with that. But anyway, so there you got that. You can subscribe here. You can just hit a like on the fucking Facebook if you follow the Facebook. You can share on the Facebook. You can review on iTunes. Every little bit helps. Algorithms, all that shit matter.
It does help, folks. It does. It helps tremendously.
Londa said Jared RJ road trip would be awesome. We've been kind of trying to plan that for a while.
If I could quit my job and never work again, it'd be a lot easier.
Well, we were gonna do last year. We were trying to do the ice fishing in Wisconsin.
Yeah, no, and I was very genuinely upset with the fact that I couldn't go.
We may also, apparently, I might be getting dragged up to fucking Pennsylvania for something.
Yeah, well, we have about 8 weeks to figure that out.
Okay, well.
So we have some time.
We can record that, too, and fucking that could be part of the fucking
then
show.
we'll be with Epic himself, and that might turn into something, who knows. But regardless, and let us not be overly Debbie Downers or bickerers by any means.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to stay on it.
Yeah.
I started the conversation, and I don't know.
It's all right. Well, but we love and
we just want to keep doing this. We want to keep improving it to make shit better. That's all. I think that's what we're just trying to get at.
And I think that's a very fair argument. And we want you guys to be a part of that, and we would like everybody to partake in that. We just want to get better, just like with anything.
We're done.
All right. So
we're off our soapboxes.
All right, enough with the soap. Who likes soap? I mean, it only makes you clean.
Actually, I'm out of soap, so if you could let me borrow some, please.
I'd be more than happy to let you borrow my soap, sir.
I don't want to borrow your soap. I just need some soap.
All right, don't worry. I've got plenty of that. I live with 2 women.
Okay.
Their level of
I don't need
cleanliness.
fucking Summer's Eve or anything like that.
Oh, God. God, if I got to that point, then just kick me out of my own house. No, but something that we were talking about earlier before the show started.
Or you were talking about.
I was kind of talking. You're right. I'm sorry. Guilty.
Go! Stop. The fuck?
Man, calm down.
Are
you? No, but I was actually very impressed today by your couch to television ratio.
Yeah, please explain what the fuck you were talking
So,
about.
so I might be in a very small minority when I say this, but if you are an average couch cushion, a homebody, a person that loves your couch, that is your safe haven, all that. When you lay down and you watch your television, what angle is your TV at to where you're laying, especially on the couch? Do you have the couch that is elongated on the side of your house?
So if you just said angles, so now you got to pull out your geometry that you
Yeah.
failed out of.
Yeah. Hold on. I did pass geometry gratefully.
Oh, okay.
One of the last math classes I passed, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So you have an L-shaped structure, couch.
Yeah, I would not have bought a couch if I didn't have an L shape, because there's no other shape that you need in an apartment with no wall or from the rest of the room. You have to have an L shape.
And I think that's fair, because as much as you may not think it, I'm somewhat of a low-key closet home connoisseur, decorative kind of guy.
Oh, here we go.
But I was sitting on your couch earlier, your L-shaped couch, and then the way your couch was set up in the corner with the L, the corner piece of it faces your TV so well that I'm telling you, if I lived where you did, I would be the biggest couch cushion sack of potatoes there possibly could be. I mean, you have the perfect angle for your television and where you sit, and it depends on how you lay. And I know we talked about that as well. It's like, oh, are you a side sleeper? Are you left or right? No, I mean, you're talking about the point of the couch is angled so perfectly to your television that I could walk to your kitchen, get my bowl of chicken and rice, come back, sit down with my blanket on at 1:30 on a chilly Sunday afternoon in the fall, and put on whatever football game, and can be completely happy. And I know you fucking asshole that you're like,
No, keep going.
no, but dude, you have the best couch set.
Okay, so
You do.
before you keep yelling at me,
I'm sorry.
First of all, I set it up that way on purpose, and you described like a winter afternoon of mine perfectly without even knowing.
It's perfect, dude.
That's what
Come
I
on.
do. That's what I do. Bro, I set my fucking life up to fucking okay. The angle is the way it is because I considered going the other way because I was like, okay, if I put the L here, it'll cut off the living room from that walkway.
Hey, you got to think about this stuff. It's important.
Yeah.
It is.
But then I was super exposed to that side. That whole side would have been super exposed. And like if I'm watching TV, then the light coming in, and I like movies. So if I want to watch a movie on that TV, then the light coming in from if it was daytime and I'm trying to watch a movie, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, dude, there is like a science literally behind this shit.
So then I was like, well, you know what? Fuck it. Let me turn it all the way around. And I put it at that angle. So then now, yeah, you got to go back behind that piece to get to, but you don't have to go. The only reason you have to go behind it is to pull the blinds all the way back.
Yeah.
You don't have to go back there for anything. And it's at the perfect angle to where the TV is set up that no matter where you sit on the couch, you have the perfect angle. But that's my art mind and my fucking OCD shit.
No, and to attribute to only kind of gas you up a little more, as the young people like to say, is that I'm kind of jealous. I wouldn't say jealous, but I as a single guy, oh God, I don't have the means or the space to do what I really want to do with my room in terms of kind of man caving it. So above your couch, you have all these wonderful portraits of various influential figures over the last 50, 60, 70 years.
Well, they're influential figures that for me.
Yeah, of course, which is fine. But it's you. It fits you, and it all fits into the. It's like, all right, you walked into this place, you were like, hey, I'm gonna do this. It is literally your own creation.
Yeah,
and which is dope because I personally don't really get to do that much anymore. But what I was overly just and you saw me overly exasperated about was the fact of how angled your couch is to your television. It's the perfect angle,
Bro,
folks.
It was all strategic. I mean, it wasn't like strategic, like, oh, I'm gonna get fucking people to. It's just when I got the couch, because I wanted a different couch. I knew I wanted an L shape or an L section, but my boy had that available, and I'll give you more detail on that later.
Yeah, I got you.
But that was available, and I was like, I need a couch. I don't want to fucking look like a fucking if some chick happened to come by, I don't want to look like a fucking guy like, oh, he's got a bed,
And
he's got a clean bathroom, but he has a fucking empty room. Like
you got your modem sitting on the floor and shit.
yeah, exactly. So, and then I got the couch. I had the couch for a long time, and then that carpet I got like probably like maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So, but the carpet adds to it, so it's like it's more cozy, and especially in the wintertime, it's like
Yeah.
you just fucking come in, you fucking it's fucking. So that's why it's kind of angled that way, because I foresaw myself getting a carpet at some point, just to make the whole shit feel like a separate room from the actual walkway when you come in.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything super crazy. It was just like that's just how shit planned out. And
No, but visually, if you walk in, it looks good. Okay, and you're right, because it is a strategy, and the only reason I think or even remotely feel this way is because of my aunt, my mom's sister. She's super into home decor and all this other. She does her house twice a year, different ways. She's personally come and done my room.
The
and
only thing that I'm missing, and I just never got it made, was I wanted this big ass thing that was pretty much the same size as my bed frame,
yeah,
maybe slightly smaller, but I wanted it was from like 2020 or 21. It was a big, same thing as those ones in the living room, the canvas ones.
yeah.
But I wanted a big ass canvas one. It was like $250.
Oh,
That's why I never got it. But it was a picture of Lewis Hamilton in front of Max Verstappen. So it was like you have the Mercedes black car in front of the Red Bull colors. If anybody knows F1 that watches this, they understand. So it was that picture, and I still have it, and it's on my computer, and I'm gonna get it eventually. Maybe not at this apartment, but eventually I'm gonna get that shit just because it looks so fucking good.
yeah, and
I don't have anything in my bedroom. I have shit everywhere else except for my bedroom, so I don't have any art in my bedroom.
Well, that's okay. I mean, and I will say, and we can talk about it, and I think a lot of guys can agree with this, is that we as men in general, I'm a simple guy. I know you're a simple guy when it comes to certain things. I don't need a lot.
But I need art. I need pictures.
Oh, yeah.
You need shit on the wall.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, absolutely. I mean, you can't be completely bland. But I think it kind of mind fucks people sometimes to see how happy somebody can be with the bare minimum. And when I say the bare minimum, I'm talking about just having something to sleep on, a decent mattress, a good television, your lights are on in your house. I mean, you have functioning utilities, okay, because you're an adult, you pay for them, and some food in your fridge. There is nothing else that you need. Yes, wall art, decorative, you know.
You're right. I've had roommates. I've lived with other people, and I always knew before if I ever got married, I always knew that I would need to live by myself. I would want to have the feeling of living on my own. I can tell you right now, bro, and anybody out there, there's no better feeling than living by yourself.
Yeah, no.
If you can take care of yourself, yeah, there's some times I fucking struggle. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard these days. Especially living by yourself. There's people, bro, if I didn't have a decent job,
yeah, you would
I
like
would be fucked.
Yeah, like most people, and
Yeah.
we won't go heavily deep into that, but
Yeah.
but you're correct. You're very fortunate to live on your own, and to maintain your lifestyle, which is awesome. You're right. A lot of people can't say that,
Yeah.
and
Well,
there
it's not the
are.
greatest, but
It is
Anyway.
still, and I am trying to be, as I get older, a little more positive about the simpler things.
I just want to let everybody know this is why we stop drinking on the show, because then we get into this fucking life versus whatever. But
yeah,
it's cool. I don't know if y'all fuck with this or not.
Oh, well, let us know in the comments. Share it. Hey, Aunt Susie, you remember that decor that you wanted to put on the wall? Listen to these guys. That's
Jesus Christ, Aunt Susie.
Yeah, I mean, if there is an Aunt, I'm sure there is an Aunt Susie out there.
Sousa-Falooza.
Oh my God. Maybe she's got big boobs. Who knows? But regardless, but it's amazing sometimes how it blows people's minds how simple you can be. Like, look, man, I'm the same. I'm just like you. If I had your apartment space or whatever it is, it's like, okay, I've got this here. And obviously being raised by a bunch of women has definitely helped me in my home decor department as a guy. But it's like, okay, you angle your couch this way, which, again, I'm insanely jealous of. Because my couch, before I go any further, is not in a bad spot. My television is not in a bad spot. It is not my ideal spot.
I don't understand the difference between your spot and my spot.
So, and when we go upstairs, and we can do this after the show.
Just explain. I understand, because I can see.
It is just the way that you look. Like your body is naturally adjusted to looking in this direction. Like, I don't know really how to explain it.
Well, again, I'll go back to what I was saying. When I set the room up, I set it up. So I had the couch in. I was like, no, if I put it this way, this is that. So I set it up intentionally so that the TV was in a certain spot.
That's good. I mean, that is so smart, man. You have no idea.
I was just thinking about other people. I wasn't just.
Yeah, but that's what any type of homeowner.
I wasn't doing any wild shit.
No, and you're not doing anything out of the ordinary. But what I'm saying is that you have.
I shouldn't have brought this man to my house today. Jesus Christ, he's
dude,
just talking about my home decor.
Dude, I am.
Next, he's gonna talk about my bathroom because he got to use it today. Fuck off. What?
I flushed it like a mad scientist. No, but the whole point was I was getting to where, like if you go upstairs right now, the way my couch is angled, and and you think, oh, that's the best way to watch it.
No, there's a regular couch, and then there's the recliner. That's the same style.
It's not. I'm sorry. And the reason I say that,
you just saying you needed a L section. That's what you need.
I probably do. I mean, honestly, and it's funny you say that
because that middle section. That's where that's what it was. You fell in love with that section that you don't have.
So it's like, oh, normally my head is here, but now I've got my elbow on it.
But the L section, you can put your head in that middle part.
Yeah, like I am like literally snug. I'm like a cocoon. I'm like a butterfly.
Here's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So I have an L. I don't know. Motherfuckers know what an L section fucking thing is. So you got the long piece, the 3-seater, and then you got the 2-seater. So it's a love seat and a regular sofa mixed into one. Not the right angle, but whatever. You understand. It's a 2-seat, 3-seat. So he's talking about he's missing the middle piece that's connected between the 2 and the 3, which is a very good section because it's a chill section.
Dude, and while you weren't looking, okay, and I'm sorry that I have to admit this on air, folks, is that while Jared was not looking because I didn't want to
I gotta clean my fucking.
No, it wasn't creepy like that.
Oh, okay.
But I was rubbing your couch.
Yeah, it wasn't creepy, but it's creepy.
Yeah, so I literally had my left hand while I was in the L-shaped groove, and I'm like, how comfortable is this? What kind of cushion does Jared sit on? Maybe this is why he is the way he is. You never know. And
that's not why. To be honest, I barely sit on that. Actually, in the winter, it's weird. The summer, that my bedroom is hot as fuck, and the living room is cool. But in the winter, I guess because the heat comes out of it. The winter, I stay out in the front more,
Yeah.
and I watch the TV out front more.
And I don't blame you, but me being the kind of cozy little bitch that I am,
Oh, you are soft.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
This
you
is
can
who
help
I am.
it. You can come over and you can kick that bag. I can teach you how to kick that bag a little more. That way you learn a little some shit about yourself.
Dude, no bullshit. I like when you were taking a piss, I literally kicked the shit out of your bag, dude. And
No, you didn't.
I did. I kicked the shit out of it. I was like, you know what?
No, you didn't.
I was
kick
like,
it.
I want to feel like Jared. I'm dead serious.
I should have kicked it how I kick it, and then you would have seen how you kicked it. You were like, "Oh, it's still moving." I'm like, "That's what you call moving, bro?"
Yeah. Well, first of all, and when I say I kicked it, I didn't want to do the over aggressive, like like Anderson Silva or
that's-
Conor McGregor kick or
That's
whomever.
what I do.
Well, I understand that's what you do, but I am a guest in your household, so therefore I cannot
No,
treat
that's what
your.
it's there for.
Yeah, but
I got gloves on the ground.
but
Use the fucking gloves.
Yeah, so I started punching it too. This is all while you're taking your 48-second piss, which felt like
I get
forever.
it.
So I was like, oh, yo, Jared's not here, and I was like looking at the bag, and I was like bobbing and weaving, and I was like, yeah, I was like, all right, come at me, and I was like, poof, 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 and I was like, pss, 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 and then I kicked it, and as I kicked it with my shin,
That's what you're supposed to do.
yeah, because I'm smart. I kicked it. I like wailed it with my left leg, and I was like, "Rah." And I was like, yeah. I felt like Master Splinter, dude. I felt like I could teach Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello.
Well, first of all, you should have felt like Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael.
I literally,
I'm Master Splinter, bitch.
yeah. So I literally felt like I could take on Shredder and the Krang after I kicked this.
No.
Okay.
No. After I told you what you should be doing, then you would have been able to fucking do that. But not what.
It doesn't matter. I got a big thing coming up here, folks. So I'm ready to share it with all of you. But the bet is-
RJ thought he was fucking kung fu master today.
dude. I've legit.
I wish I had seen that.
I felt like I was in a John Woo flick. I was ready to pull out the fucking 9mm with
Londa.
the slow explosions in the background.
Londa, don't let this man fool you.
Dude, and it literally took less than a minute.
I came out. He was like, "Yeah, it's still moving." I'm like, "That's not moving, bro." He was
Yeah,
like, "It'll still be moving when you come back." I'm like, "Nah, because that should be rocking side to side when I'm done with it."
Yeah, Jared could be watching the nightly news and that thing's swinging like your fucking horse nuts, dude.
And the secret is you hit it the first time, whether you're punching or fucking kicking it, but you hit it the first time, and as it comes back, you kick it. You're starting to kick again, and it stops it.
Yeah.
So it's never gonna be swinging. It's like
constant
swat,
momentum, kind of.
swat. No, you're hitting the momentum with the momentum, so it's just a fucking constant solid thing.
So therefore, I earned my white belt today. I don't know.
No, you didn't.
I don't know what it was.
I never saw I'm your instructor, motherfucker. First of all, I'm your instructor. I never saw what you did, so there's no fucking way.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, and folks, here, bear with me. I'm going to get up real quick. This is what I did. Hold on. So I got up.
Oh wait, we're doing the push-up thing too, right?
Well, I guess we are now.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So y'all gonna have to watch the. Wait a minute. So wait, you can't show anybody. I'm gonna have to record it.
All right. Well, pull.
Okay, so we're still doing the live Twitch, but I'm gonna record
Live
this
here on Twitch, folks.
for YouTube. We're gonna record this for YouTube. So what are you doing right now? Wait. No. What are you doing right now?
I am going to show the stance I was in, kicking Jared's bag, and then I'm going to do 30 push-ups consecutively because I am God.
Okay, so everybody on Twitch, give us a second. I'm gonna switch over here. So you're gonna show me the stance,
All right.
and then you're gonna do the 30 push-ups.
Yes.
Now, everybody on Twitch, you're not gonna be able to see this. However, we'll come in right back, and you can probably hear us in the background. But Monday, we will have the recording because I'm gonna record it on my phone. I have my phone right here. So just give us a second. So this is the stance.
This is stance. I was like real Hazuki out there. I was like, and then here it is, 30.
So that was the stance. Now RJ is gonna do 30 push-ups. Again, this will be on YouTube. 1 second. I told him I don't think he can do 30 push-ups. So we'll see. Here we go. I'll be back in 10 seconds because he ain't going to be able to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not all the way down. 6, 7. Head up. 9. There you go. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that all the way down? 15, 16. I don't think he can do 30. 50. Wait, what number are you on? 17? Yeah. Yeah, okay, exactly.
I'm drunk and involved.
It's not it.
I fucked your bitch.
All right, yeah. All right, we're back. Yeah, he made it to like 17 or 18. I told you he wasn't going to make it. He'll be back. Wait, give him a second. He's breathing, putting his watch back on. Is anybody even in here anymore? I don't even know what the count is right now.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. YouTube is fire. That'll be on the YouTube Monday morning. I'm
gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix all that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Folks, I just ran the triathlon. So
And you were doing them wrong, and I like. Well, but remember when you were talking about how your neck is? Like, you got to use all those muscles because all that is part of your posture.
yeah, I know it's like all interconnected with your chest and stuff, dude.
Chest, your lats, all that is your posture.
This
Is all your fucking all that's.
I'm gonna make you proud at the end of the month. I'm
You
telling
can do it, bro. You do that same shit every day, you'll be able to do fucking 50, 60 easy.
Oh, I
straight
know.
in a row.
That was probably my first time doing them in forever too.
But that's what I'm saying. You were like 30. I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Know, dude, trust me. I know I can do it. I know.
Bro, if you do that, what was that, 16 or 17? If you do that every day for the next, even if we do it for Sober October, you do that every day in October, by the time the end of October comes, you'll be doing probably close to 100.
Yeah, and that's my goal. And I want to be...
And you'll be fucking racked because you're using every fucking muscle.
Yeah, so my goal...
and I can't let you look better than me, so I got to do it too.
No, but my goal here, especially since my 35th birthday is coming up, I put it this way. I'm at a point in my life where I'm just ready. And when I say I'm ready...
Yeah,
I'm not ready for the great being or whatever it is.
I'm ready to ascend to the great long begone.
No, I think I'm just ready for a different version of myself and different things. And what I think kind of has always kind of scared me away from it is because, put it this way, it's like when I originally quit smoking, like tobacco. I picked a day. I was like, I'm going to stop on this day.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it in your mind. Most people, when they quit or try to
do something
better themselves in general,
or just do something new,
there's no date. They just do it.
You mean the ones who actually do it?
The ones who actually do it. Sometimes it's like...
because people, when they... The thing what happens with people is like, oh,
Yeah,
I want to
like-
do this. I'm going to start on Monday. No. It's just going to be another excuse on Monday of why you can't do it.
and no, and I agree with you because we're all guilty of it.
Oh, no, 100%.
And
Me and you did it this past week.
And I think that with certain things, especially when it comes to bettering oneself, you have this idea in your head that's like, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to be a new person, but I got this, and this going on. I'm going to wait till, like you said, Monday. Yeah. And you keep putting it off. And then Monday comes. And then Monday's a shitty day. And it's like, no, give me a drink.
This Monday Night Football, I'm going to go get a drink. And I'm not saying everybody has to just stop drinking. People do what you want to do. I'm just saying if you have a goal or you have something that you want to obtain, there are sacrifices that you have to make.
Yeah.
And sometimes the sacrifices that you have to make are going to seem pointless to other people. I think that's the closest word I can come to.
No, I think that's I know what you're saying. I think
because
that's a very
because
fair.
some people will be like, bro, like, matter of fact, the reason we took 2 years off of this shit is because I put somebody else in front of me, and they continued to tell me that I wasn't putting them in front of me.
Well, people are dumb, Jared. Don't listen to dumb people.
I know. I'm just trying to explain to you.
If you love Jared, subscribe to the show. All right, go ahead.
All that. And then there's been other times where people will be like, especially early on in certain things, it'll be like, so what do you do? I do jiu-jitsu, and I do it this many days a week, this many days. Oh, so you do it every day? I was like, yeah, that's who I am. That's what I've been doing, and that's who I am. So why do you think just because you're here, I'm supposed to fucking be different now? Like, I have a goal. I have a goal, and if because you think that I'm supposed to change my goal because you're here now, no. Because as soon as I change my goal and I start making you the priority, now you're upset because I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's funny you say that. And when I say funny, I don't mean like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, no, I know. No.
No, but it's funny you say that because I think that's, and again, we've lived out here our whole lives, and I want to kind of take a step back from this. And when I went out of town this week, and I went to a place which is obviously home to my family and a lot of people, but I don't get to go there very often. So it's kind of foreign to me to an extent.
Yep. So
I go up, and the whole time we're driving up, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this is home, this is tradition, this is family. I mean, it's stuff's very important to me. But then, you're hanging out with multiple people who don't have any type of roots in these, these areas, and that's for anybody. But you see how they kind of act and go out of pocket. What I'm saying, but my whole point is that, dude, when you are in a mindset and you are set on it, like mentally, even physically, emotionally, whatever, it is extremely difficult at times, or at least for me, it can be for me. I don't know about you guys. When you're set in stone and you're following a path, and then you go out and you deviate a little bit, and everybody's like, hey, do this, do this, do this. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then why is it that we live in a day and age that when somebody wants to try to better themselves, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever, that it is constantly berated to a degree? Like,
I don't think it's this day and age. I think it's everywhere. Here's what I've noticed. We've talked about this plenty of times. I've trained with world-class martial artists.
That's fucking badass, dude.
World champion. Let me finish.
Yeah.
World champion jiu-jitsu people. World champion martial artists. People who are in the UFC. I was actually, that's another one I was gonna hit up. I'm gonna hit him up, try to see if we can get him just to say something real quick. People who are in the UFC now, people who have been in the UFC, people who I've fucking coached and fucking been in the training room with plenty of for years. I understand, and I've talked about this before. I understand the level that it takes to get to these points. You know what I'm saying? I necessarily may not have ever trained at that level, but I've been in the rooms at least enough to know.
So you understand the atmosphere. I
understand what it takes to get to that level.
Yes.
And I understand that to the lay person on the outside, that it's like, what the fuck are they crazy? What is wrong with them? They must be it must be something wrong with them.
Yeah.
So I've been on my own fucking life, like battling the same type of shit. Like I know I want to be here in a certain place, but then I have to deal with this level of people, and I've had to take myself away from certain situations just because I'm like, all right, this level ain't getting me where I want to get. I'm trying to get to here. So there's going to be some gap in between where like, fuck, man, I don't want to be here, but I'm here right now. If I get, it's going to be hard to get there. How do I get there? And that's when you're just in this place where it's like this void of like, fuck.
Yeah,
What
you're
fuck?
kind of just floating around in a level of what is a good word? Some sort of purgatory to a degree.
Yeah.
And
Wait. I'm not done. I'm not done. So, like I said, because of the world championship, like I can't explain the level of how these people are to anybody else that are just normal, because most of the people that I try to explain it to have never done martial arts. So how the fuck would they know anything about this level if they don't know anything about this level?
yeah, and yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%, man, 100%.
So then
I do agree.
if I'm looking at this level and I know this level and I can't explain to these people this level, if they're still at this level, even if they want to get to this level, they don't even think this level is achievable.
It's dude, you know it's funny
That's
you
the
say that.
deepest shit I've ever fucking said.
Yeah, the realest shit he ever wrote. What side is the? I was gonna do some Tupac quote because who doesn't love Mr. Shakur?
I'm about to fuck. That's about to be a fucking short right there.
No, but you're right, because going back to just in general, and I feel like me personally, and I wouldn't even say personally, but in recent months, I haven't been out very often, and I've just been kind of just being a normal dude, like just living everyday life. And then when I do go out, and when I do pop my head up, and I'm like, oh, and everybody's like, hey, how you been? You know, everybody always greets you with the same courtesy and respect that you should be treated with. But you're always going to get those people that, hey, where you been? And then they just want to feed you into they basically, I'm sure you've seen this meme, and I'm sure we've all seen this meme, and I'm sure it was a saying before it was even a meme, is that if don't argue with stupid, because you're going to basically put yourself down to that level.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The saying is don't argue with, if you're arguing with a fuel, that's an old family thing. If you're arguing with a fool, then everybody will see you as a fool. Everybody on the outside will see you as a fool also.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I don't, and this is me personally, and I'm sure it goes for Jared and all of you as well, is that sometimes when I do go out, if it's on the miscellaneous time and I want to sit and be by myself, I don't have a problem sitting by myself. I don't have a problem drinking a adult beverage by myself. But then you get the people who have been a part of your life, which is fine, that's normal. But they're like, hey, who are stuck in their old ways, and they're like, hey, do this. And it's like, hey, no, I don't want to do that. And their first reaction is retaliation to say, oh, what do you mean? It's like, no, dude, I don't want to do this, or no, ma'am, no, sir, no, pal, buddy.
This is what I was talking about to you earlier, is this is where the, fuck, I just lost my damn train of thought. See, this is why I fucking don't do this as much.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just, oh no, this is where projection comes in.
Yeah.
Projection / insecurity is like, wait, whoa, hey, bro, what?
Yeah.
Why don't you want to do what I'm doing? Like, why?
Close to the edge.
Like,
Sorry.
This is where you think you better than everybody else. Like, no, I'm just trying to better myself. I ain't got nothing. What I'm doing ain't got nothing to do with you. You can keep doing what you're doing. I'm just not doing what you're doing.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't really know how to.
They don't know how to handle it.
They can't handle it. They can't respond to it properly
because they're not at that level or they're not willing to go to that level. But this is what I'm saying. This is where I was going back to the different levels of things. Because even though I was talking about martial arts levels, I was talking about everything in general. Because ever since I started doing comedy, I'm so fucking glad I started doing jiu-jitsu and martial arts before that. Because all I do is look at comedy as I'm a white belt in comedy.
Yeah.
I knew what it was like to be a white belt. Yeah, I wanted to fucking be the fucking most aggressive motherfucker and I wanted to impress my instructor and this and the same thing with my comedy. I want to fucking make the best jokes. I want to fucking blah blah. Now I'm starting to settle down. I'm more of a blue belt.
Yeah.
Ish. And I can't promote myself because that's the same thing in jiu-jitsu. I can't promote myself to whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to feel, because I have that relationship with jiu-jitsu, I use it in comedy. So now I'm like, hey, you know what? I think I'm more of a blue belt. I'm a little more calm. I know how to move my body a little bit so I'm not hurting anybody else. That's a bad analogy, but I'm more able to handle situations in comedy and just in my jokes and creating my jokes in a way it's like that I did when I was a early blue belt in jiu-jitsu. And anybody who's a jiu-jitsu person or comedy person out there just listening, they might understand. You might not quite understand, but
when it comes to that level, yeah,
it's the levels. I understand the levels of certain things.
Yeah, but it's the idea behind it.
Anything new
behind it. Yeah,
anything new that you start in life. Same thing. You want to start working out, bro. You're a white belt.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So I have this whole, not to go completely off track, but I have a very good idea. I've had a week off of work, which was very, very much needed, even if I only kind of sat on my ass for a good portion of it. And I don't want to overly get into that, but because we all have to work, we all have to go to jobs, we all have to pay our bills. But it just amazes me how much better I function as an adult, knowing that I don't have the weight of my job on my shoulders. And I come from a decent position in my workplace. So for me to be able to leave and not think about it and just kind of space, put it this way, if I wanted to sit in my room for 3 hours and just look at the wall this last week, I could have done that and I would have been completely happy with it.
You did work.
And I just think it's important for yourself and myself and Jared's sake and anybody's just overall well-being.
This is the most therapeutic fucking episode.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what's happening.
It is just, you have to sometimes.
I got my Fred Durst going on. RJ's got his cocaine.
My way or the highway.
His cocaine dealing fucking Eminem style.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I get roasted. Don't worry. When you're not around, I get roasted. Don't worry.
We started early, so we're not. Nobody. I don't know. Somebody might start coming around.
It's fine, man. You gotta learn to have fun with it. It's like, hey, be spontaneous. So, like, I would say in the last year or two, I guess what I've realized about drinking and being out and all this stuff, and I'm all for one to go out and have a drink and hang out with the boys, but after a certain point in time, when you're out and you're doing the same old, there is no progression in your life. There is no progression in those people's lives unless they're already at the pinnacle and they can choose to live that way, which is, great.
Sum it up.
But if you have a goal, you have to meet it and you have to stick to it, even if it is difficult. Nothing comes easy. You think Michael Jordan won 6 championships because it was easy? You think Kobe
You
Bryant?
think Michael Jordan made it to the NBA because it was easy?
No.
Everybody forgets about he got cut off of his fucking high school team.
Yeah, we're talking about arguably, and I would say 90.
Relax with the arguably.
We're the greatest basketball player of all time.
Thank you.
At one point in his life was like, hey, you know what? You're not good enough. Somebody said that to Michael
All right.
Jordan.
Let's sum it up, bro.
All right.
We gotta switch topics. We've been sorry guys.
Enough of the emotional support group.
I did not want to go this deep into the emotional support group. I want to know, and if you tell me you haven't watched it, I'm going to be highly upset.
Oh,
Have you watched episode 5 of Ahsoka this week?
You mean probably the greatest piece of Star Wars in a long time?
You know what?
You know.
That's why you my motherfucking boy, dog.
So, one of the reasons I came home on Monday, so I had Tuesday off, is because around
This motherfucker here. Woo!
So Tuesday night came, and I was like, all right, Jared said it's 9 o'clock Tuesday night. I'm sitting there. I'm refreshing. I'm sitting there. I'm like refreshing my shit, dude. So, granted, I've been on vacation, which is, oh, God, everybody needs it more. Please, if you have vacation time, please take it, because it helps your whole brain. Motherfucker. And so I'm sitting there hitting refresh. I'm waiting for it. It's like, because my whole brain is going off. It's like, oh, I have time to catch up on the 38 shows that Jared's told me about. It's like, I've got so many days to do it. So I wanted to dibble and dabble and everything I possibly could. It's like, all right, I don't have to get up. I don't have to go anywhere. Fuck it. And I went balls to the wall. But with Star Wars, it's a little delicate. Star Wars is like going to a fancy dinner. All right, and then either they're going to take that big steamy tray, the cover off the lid, and you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, like the big steamy smoking, whatever. They take the lid off, and you've got your favorite piece of steak or salmon or whatever, and it's like nom 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 nom.
First of all, no, they have not done that. They have not done that until this episode.
Whoa.
This episode was...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Voila, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So we're sitting there at 9 a.m. eating flame and yawn. That's what we're doing. And so I'm fucking hitting the refresh button like an addict because it's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because I don't know what it's so crazy, folks. I talk about I need time off, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't. I literally don't.
You said it.
So this episode comes on. I'm like, all right, there's no way it's going to be better than last week's. And oh my God, was I so wrong, happy to be wrong, gladly to be wrong. And I would say that this past episode is probably the most Star Wars episode besides the fight with Vader and Obi-Wan. Dude.
I'm not saying it, folks. Keep going.
I mean, I was just like, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing the whole time.
And you haven't seen you haven't even seen like the catch up things for the
Rebels.
Stuff.
No, but I'm smart enough to know certain things.
You know about the World Between Worlds?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
and I like good TV.
I watched it twice already.
I like good TV,
and I wanted to watch it. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry. I wanted to watch it 3 times, but I had other shit. I'm planning for 200, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I wanted to watch it again because the composition. Remember when I was telling you to watch Silo, and you were like, I'm trying to see what Jared sees and this and other thing. This is the type of shit that I wanted you to see. I mean, Silo had it.
Yeah.
But this shit, the composition, bro, is like, it's every frame is like a painting in itself. This is the best fucking shit I have ever seen on my television. Period.
Yeah, and it takes and I have to agree. When you have we live in a day and age where streaming is the norm. Major movies are the norm on streaming. It's not going to theaters. We talk about it all the time. And then when it comes to Star Wars, which is a big deal for, a lot of people.
A lot of people.
And what any I don't even use the word fickle, but any standard Star Wars fan will tell you it's like, well, they're not the originals, or well, the prequels were okay. The new ones they were. This is what you've waited 40 years for in 40 minutes. I mean, it's from top to bottom.
Since Return of the Jedi, I will go that hard.
Yeah, dude, it's
this is what we've been waiting for. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you've ever liked any Star Wars movie, whatever it was, you might be young and you might like some fucking one of the newer ones, whatever.
Which is okay. We don't judge
Which
you.
I think they're kind of kicking out of canon, to be honest. I don't know for sure, but I think that's going. Hold on, I'm not done.
Oh man, I have so much to say on that.
This is what every Star Wars fans has been waiting for since Disney bought, and I said it on Facebook, since Disney bought Star Wars or Lucasfilm, this is what every Star Wars fans has been looking for. 100%. That episode, I don't think it really gets any better than that.
And it's funny you say that, man. It's because I think sometimes, like, I look at good writers. I look at anybody who is capable of telling a great story. And it's like, in order to tell a great story, you have to have several components that go into it. I have to have the basic factors if you go into an English class. Beginning, middle, and end. And when you have a beginning, middle, and end, you want to start it off the right way. You want to keep fans kind of engaged through the second half of it. And then you have the grand finale, the third act. And it's like, wow, that was awesome. That is, what is the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say it's insanely. It's not. It is kind of, in the sense of lack of a better word that I'm trying to think of here on the spot, God forgive me, it's kind of standard. This stuff should be standard for anybody that makes any television show, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's, the fucking Power Rangers or whatever. Things that keep people engaged are story. Story is everything. And I'm a very basic guy when it comes to those things. Because if you equate a great video game to something, some of the greatest video games ever made have terrible graphics. Like, terrible. Like, you can't stand to look at them, especially in the day and age we live in. But what kept you engaged in that game? It was the story. It started off strong. It had a great middle piece. Like when you're biting that 7-Eleven donut eclair at 8 in the morning, with your cup of Java. And then you get to your end. And I would say for any show, game, any source of ending something that is entertaining is hard because you have a mass amount of fans that could possibly, go around the globe. And when you have those fans that essentially make you, it's like, all right, we want to do right by our fans, but we have to do right by the story. And then you have to make a decision. And not everybody's going to like the decision. And we can think of probably a multitude of television shows and movies that could possibly have better endings or that fits the fan narrative. I'll use Game of Thrones as a very good example. Arguably one of the greatest TV shows ever made. I mean, an awesome, awesome show. You get to the ending, everybody's waiting for it, and it just falls flat. And it's like, oh, man, what was all that for?
What are you talking about?
Well, I was essentially, while you were away.
Nobody knew I was away until you told them I was away.
Oh, well, welcome back. No, but
Game of Thrones. I heard it was trash.
But I was essentially kind of going back to what you were saying is when you have a strong narrative, like at the beginning, like and I'll give you a really good one, the podcast. So we have a strong narrative. RJ and Jared, one day, two guys that work regular jobs, go out and decide to do a podcast. Mm-hmm. A strong beginning. It's like, all right, where are these guys going? You get to the middle of the eclair.
Wait, what's the middle?
Well, that's what I'm getting to. So the 7-Eleven, so the middle is like the 7-Eleven eclair with your cup of coffee in the morning. Bite into it. It's got the cream filling. You know.
You like cream filling, don't you?
I do like eclairs. I don't like cream filling. You douche. But, and then it's like, oh, you get to the end. And it's like, everybody knows how to hype up the beginning of it, the middle of it.
No, they don't know how to hype up the beginning of it because they didn't hype it up. Anyway, keep going.
But if people had better means of ending things, I think a lot of people would be more satisfied.
Can I get a wait? So what is I apologize, everybody. I had to use the bathroom. So RJ was going on.
Oh, dude, I had a whole lecture, dude. I was like fucking Professor Richard up here.
Well,
dude.
that's fine. So what did that have to do with Star Wars?
Well, that was my point. My point is that Star Wars
I had to bring it back around to the
Star
point.
Wars is so sacred to so many people because of the beginning.
Okay.
All right. We love it. We love it.
Well, that wasn't the beginning, technically.
It wasn't, but it was a beginning for us as fans. And then you get to the middle.
But you know why it was written or it came out the way it came out, right?
Yes, I do.
Explain it to the people.
Well, he essentially wanted to just make everybody aware. I mean,
so you don't know.
I do.
No, you don't. Because I will tell you exactly why. So the reason what is now known as A New Hope, which was originally called Star Wars, came out is because that was the point in the story where it was the most interesting, which studios would buy up or studios did buy up so he could make the movie. That's the only reason we got A New Hope.
So
again, quotation marks, A New Hope. The original movie was called just straight up Star Wars, which is now known as Episode 4, which is A New Hope, but that is the original Star Wars.
But I
but
think that
he already had written the other portions.
So this goes to what I was saying. So the studios wanted the cream filling before they wanted the first bite. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You take your first
So
bite.
I just helped you out.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here as a co-host of this show to help you fucking explain to people who may not understand.
I don't think I'd ever be so happy that you'd be here on this show. Yeah. But regardless, but you're right. Don't worry. But you're right. So they wanted the cream filling. They wanted the meat of the dish. All right. They were like, you know what? Everybody
the goulash.
But think about it. But think about it. That only goes so far because a part of the experience. So say me. You're goddamn right.
Nobody ever hears that.
This is the way.
They heard it now.
He says it's so fucking.
This is the way.
I love that guy.
Hey, man, you sent her in here with them titties. What you expect?
We love boobs on this show. You're more than welcome to show us yours.
You can't even see it. I have it upside down for once.
Yeah,
I usually have it the other way so people. I was about to say something else.
So
people can read it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, no, but think about it. Think about it. So so they only bought Star Wars because they wanted the meaty, the beefy version of it, the one that they could make the most money off of.
Yeah, and then Disney bought it years later and fucked it up.
So let me hear me out. So say I'm going to dinner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I am looking forward to getting my my steak or my bowl of spaghetti or
this is
whatever.
Your original analogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in order for me to get to that beefy portion, whatever it is, I have to, first up, I have to shower. I have to get dressed. I have to act accordingly. I have to drive. I have to have the hype. There is a portion of the meal that is not talked about. What got you to that portion of eating the good part? You know, it took me getting up. It took me getting prepared. It took me, shaving. It took this. It took the excitement. There is a portion of excitement that is not discussed enough, and it's the preparation of things. In order to be great at anything, you have to be prepared for it. You have to be prepared for it for the day before, the day before that. So if I know, like, say,
this goes back to what we were talking about.
Yeah. So it's Saturday night. I'm gonna give you a great example. So tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow, the second week of NFL is on.
I'm not gonna get the description until 9:00 tomorrow night. But go ahead.
And things don't change. But regardless, but it's like, oh man, you're gonna watch football at 1:30 tomorrow, and it's like, yeah, and it's like, but what did I do?
I
Before?
feel like this is a personal shot at me.
No.
okay.
No. I wasn't even no.
Because I'll be
no
up.
homo.
I'll be up at matter of fact, I think I looked at it at 8:30 watching the race tomorrow. So,
but here you go, and that's to my point. So,
but I'm not forcing anybody else to fucking watch.
No,
it.
I'm not. I would never go out of my way to make somebody watch any type of anything.
Like
with me.
if I was still into football. No offense to anybody who loves fucking American football, for our UK people or whatever.
Yeah.
If I was still into it, I would probably still go out. But again, like, oh no, it's football. You got to drink. No, I don't. I don't got to do shit. And I have friends for certain things. I have a few friends for comedy. I don't have a lot of friends for comedy. To be honest, 100% honest with you, I wish 85% of my friends were comedians. Only because I feel like it would be easier for me to bounce stuff off of. I could interact with them differently. I can't say certain things to people who aren't comedians without them feeling a certain type of way. Hold on, I'm not done. I'm done. Same thing with Formula One. The Whitteds. Fuck, I didn't mean to say their name. But
shout out to them.
I didn't mean to say their name, but whatever.
Awesome,
they don't.
awesome.
They probably won't even get this deep in the podcast. But
We love you guys.
But
if
then
that counts.
But then Clay's been on, so I can say his name. But I have friends that are F1 fans. I talk to them like we have a group chat, just us talking shit about F1. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we going to this race. We going to this race. We going. Hey, yo, fucking Max Verstappen and Red Bull didn't make the fucking the fucking first round of qualifying. So I'm talking shit. I'm like, yo, Verstappen's gonna cry in the car because he cries like when he don't get shit his way. He cries in the car. I know, but then the crazy part is all the people who are Verstappen fans talk shit about the Lewis Hamilton fans because they think Lewis Hamilton cries. It's like, bro, Lewis Hamilton is a 7-time world champion. This Bama, he could get there, but he's already talking about, oh, I'm bored. There's too many races. This, that, and everything. And then when his car don't work and he's not getting fucking 34 seconds in front of the entire fucking field, he starts crying. So it's like, bro, shut up. You're a bitch. And that's why I refuse. And I'm on some different shit right now. But we're doing a fantasy thing. I'm in last place in fantasy. You know why? Because I refuse to have Max Verstappen in my fucking thing. Verstappen's been winning all the races this weekend or this year. He's won 9 races in a row. And then today, neither Red Bull fucking qualified in the top 10. So everybody was scrambling to change their fucking shits around. I'm like, I'm not scrambling shit because I don't want that motherfucker. Eventually, his crybaby-ness is going to fucking bring his downfall. I just want Lewis to win one more. I'll be happy. And then I'll probably go with fucking one of the McLaren drivers or actually I like Sainz.
So you're happier with somebody who just decides to put in the work, and not to say that the other guy hasn't.
No, Verstappen's put in the work.
Yeah.
He's one of the best drivers in the world.
You just don't like his attitude.
I can't stand him. And then there was an incident a few years ago. Some people say, look, get over it. There was an incident a few years ago that potentially cost Lewis Hamilton his 8th championship. Which, if he got his 8th, I'd have been fine. Because right now he's tied with Michael Schumacher, who's one of another great driver, F1 driver. He has 7 championships. Hamilton has 7 championships. But that year, I think it was 2021, there was some shit at they were so close. They were tied in points, and there was an incident where there was a safety car that came out, and there was some shit where the cars were not shuffled in the right order, and it brought Verstappen right up front, and it was able to pass Lewis Hamilton at the last second. It was very dramatic. It's made for great racing.
Yeah.
But there was rules that were broken because, as a matter of fact, the race director of the FIA got fired the year after.
Oh.
Which tells you there was some fuckery going on.
Yeah, and not to toot your horn, but when it comes to so obviously you're a big F1 fan for those out there. Obviously me not being a big racing guy at all. You know, you're talking about a guy who seems to be at the top of his game and consistently, which is not a bad thing at all.
Verstappen?
Yeah, or the gentleman you said that won 9 races. Is that who that
is?
is?
That's Max Verstappen. He's won 9 races this year. Yeah, he's at the top of his game.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, every year there's a constructors championship, which means the team, whoever builds the cars. So there's 10 teams and there's 20 drivers.
Yeah.
So each team has 2 drivers.
Yeah.
Now there's a constructors championship. And then there's also a driver's championship. Now, they changed the rules in 2023. No, 22. I wish Lana was still in here to correct me. But I think it was 2022.
Mm-hmm.
But they changed the rules. It was a whole fucking controversy. So Red Bull is just fucking running away with shit right now. This past weekend, they're not doing as well. I think it's just a track. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but that's a hard track to pass on. I'm talking shit like everybody knows what the fuck I'm talking about, but
It doesn't matter. It's you.
Yeah, you're right. This is just fucking. This is my fucking show. I can do what the fuck I want.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah, that was RJ acting wild as fuck.
Yeah, it felt good though.
So yeah. So they changed the rules. The next rule change isn't until 2026. And then that's when things are going to change because Red Bull is switching from Honda to Ford.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I know you. I know. You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. I mean, and as somebody who's not a
huge
big
car
car
guy.
yeah, I'm not a huge car guy, but I mean, I know things, and I know that's. I think I got lucky with mine, put it that way. But everything else after that. Don't know.
Well, Honda, I forgot what happened with Honda. Honda is either not happy with it or they're leaving. But I think they're leaving, but I think they're just getting out because they want to go somewhere else. I think they're just tired of it. But you know Honda, you know me and Japanese shit anyway.
Yeah. Well, but at the same time, dude, like I think like most people, and we do and kind of don't live in this society, is that as somebody who is not a big car guy, I've owned 2 cars my entire life, and honestly, I'm kind of thankful for that.
I've owned way more than 2 cars.
But I think that when it comes to, I just believe in reliability. That's really what it is, dude. I could have the nicest, flashiest Lamborghini, Ferrari, you know,
I've owned 6 cars.
Coupe. You know, whatever, you know, like just like I could own the nicest shit, but if it doesn't work, then what's the point of it?
All cars work, bro.
Nah, I'm just saying from a general consumer perspective.
Well, I think what a lot of people don't understand, if you're ever in the market for a luxury car, a lot of, like, let's say a Mercedes, a Honda, up until a certain time, or an Infiniti, those, they don't do Infinitis anymore. Renault, but that's European. But anyway, a lot of that technology that are in cars today, those type of cars today,
Yeah.
come from Formula One.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because they innovate all this stuff to make the cars faster, more efficient, and reliable. And they have to meet these rules because the whole point of the F1 right now, they're trying to get to what they call net zero by 2030.
All right.
So it's like, yeah, I could put in this much gas, but I need to be or ship stuff around the world, but I need to, whatever I'm putting in, I need to get out the same thing.
Yeah.
Which means that's net zero. So they're trying to get to that by 2030. They're cutting down tire shipments and how many tires you can use. I think next year they're going to get rid of tire warmers. Tire warmers is when you wrap your tire, because you get more grip when your tires are warm. You have new tires.
Yeah.
So they put these warmers around the tires. That takes energy. So they're trying to get rid of the tire warmers. So you just got to fucking go out on your fucking cold ass tires and fucking warm them shits up however you can.
Yeah.
So it's a whole.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because there's a lot of quote unquote science that surrounds it. You know,
Oh,
warm up the
engineering,
tire.
baby.
Yeah.
That's why I love F1. It's all engineering. It's nerd shit.
Yeah, it's basically like, hey, I built this. It's like, oh, what did you build? It's like, well, I built this, but I built it this way. And
You know what? You
Yeah.
just summed up F1 right there.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what it is. It's like, we have this much money. You have this much money. There's certain things that needs to be to spec, but you build your car the way you want to build it, and we'll see how it works out on the track.
Yeah, and
that's why I love about it so much.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome at the same time, simply because one, it gives you a sense of curiosity. It gives you a sense of involvement. If that as a consumer.
Hey guys, I'm about to make RJ an F1 fan.
Yeah, so you get this sense of involvement because I'm sure you're sitting there just like anybody else sitting on their couch, their L-shaped couch, and they're comfortable, whatever it is.
Here you go.
I'm so jealous of it. But and it's like, oh, put it this way. It's almost like me watching wrestling to a degree. It's like, oh, I want this to happen, or I know so-and-so can do this, or I know so-and-so can do that. But does it fit the narrative right now? No. It fits it down the road.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm drunk and I'm kind of
high. Me too.
We're kind of fucked up. No,
you ready to go? You want any last words that actually are cool? Like what?
I will say this, and this is a personal note, but yeah, we can wrap it up. That's not a problem. I want to give and this is super. I want to give a big shout out to my cousin who just had her first baby today. Made my grandma a great grandma. Which is really, really awesome. I'm a second cousin.
That doesn't matter. You didn't have to say that.
Well, it matters because
no, you're a cousin. That's it.
Yeah,
you care about the family. That's
that's family.
That.
But we've got another Yinzer on our hands, so I think that's cool.
Another Steelers fan? Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, tell me about it. You should have seen all the ones I was around.
Oh, I know.
But yeah. Regardless, but super, super big shout out to her. Awesome for what you did. I'm sure that's not easy. Never going to be able to experience it. Hope I never do.
Can't wait to see RJ spit out a baby out of his urethra.
And when I do, folks, it'll be live here on camera. But, and when I say but, I mean big ones. But,
you motherfucker. Go ahead.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 199.
Get ready for next week
of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. I mean, God forbid that we were able to continue to do this in the way that we are. And they say if you're down, there's only one way up.
If you're not staying tuned, if you're not in tune next week, then fuck you. You're not a fan of this fucking show. 200, ladies and gentlemen. Do you understand the magnitude of what that number means in the podcast fucking entertainment world?
So,
nobody does this.
Nobody.
Barely anybody does this.
Not
maybe
a soul.
Cheers, maybe fucking Simpsons, maybe fucking... There ain't no podcast doing this unless you're fucking Joe Rogan or fucking... Bro, I'm telling you, no regular people are doing 200 episodes of a podcast. And if you're not paying attention next week, whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on YouTube or whatever, and you're not fucking sharing, liking, or fucking contributing in some way, bruh.
You're missing out.
You clearly don't understand what
you're missing out.
You don't clearly understand what we're trying to do. and we don't want you.
And it's very important that for all our viewers and all our listeners, our faithful viewers and listeners, to know that we always appreciate you and we appreciate everything that is done.
100%.
I mean, we wouldn't be here without you. And
also, Epic, if you watch it or you're listening, make sure you hit the link that is the Facebook, because we're not going to have this stuff here. I don't know if you think we're going to have it here, but when you come, we're not going to have it here because this is the merchandise is made somewhere else and shipped to you. So go ahead and do what you got to do there.
Do what you got to do, man, because
the link will be in here. Actually, let me just go ahead and
yeah, while Jared does that, I think it is my time of the day to just do a little bit of quality control, which is not a problem at all, is that if you are listening to the podcast, you should make sure that you tune in every Saturday night around 6 p.m.-ish. Today was a little bit of a precursor to our 200th episode, a little early, but no problem. Make sure you like it on YouTube. Make sure you share it. And show it to your mom, your dad, your dog, your cat, your aunt, your uncle, your pet armadillo. I mean, who doesn't want a pet armadillo? I mean, Jesus. They're armadillos. They have shells. They're hardcore. And it is always very important to remember that it takes a lot of effort to get up and do this on a weekly basis. We're not talking about you get paid every 2 weeks. We're not talking about you get your pension at the end of the month. We're talking about every single Saturday night when you're eating your little bit of bowl pasta from your favorite pizzeria, or you got your breadstick and mozzarella or whatever it is. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can, because we ain't going anywhere, baby.
We ain't going nowhere.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 199.
I know he said it once already.
I am smart.
Of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. Until next week for our great extravaganza.
Great Scott.
We will see you guys next week. As always, please like, share, comment, subscribe.
Motherfucker.
And be safe.
Gay.